And welcome back to the Golf Intervention Podcast. We are a show that is solely dedicated to the improvement of you, the listener's golf game. That's it. My name is Eric Layton. My co-host is here, Rob Fales. We teach golf for a living, and we are so glad you're tuning in. This is one of our mini episodes where we take just one question and we answer it. We're trying to answer it fully and thoroughly in the golf intervention style. And this question comes from John in Nebraska. He's got a question for us that I think is really, really good. So
this is a great question.
John says, if I had $500 that I wanted to invest in my game improvement, what would I spend it on? This is a tough one, isn't it? You and I we kicked this one around for about a minute and a half before we came on the air here. And
the first question is, are we paying, like, where are we playing golf and how much are we paying for golf? Right?
Let's say it's golf improvement. Like, let's say it's outside of.
Well, that's got to be a part of it, right?
Well, let's say it's assumed that he's a golfer and he's already, like, in his budget he plays golf.
Okay.
Let's make that assumption.
So he's a member at a club. He's already.
Let's call John like a Joe member at the country club, like, or I play around town and
he's got an extra $500 to only spend on his golf improvement.
I've decided I want to improve.
Yeah.
And I've got $500 budget.
Yep.
How would I invest it? I've got some thoughts. I've got a few thoughts. I think I have a good thought on what step one is.
Yeah.
So so to me, step one would be this. Step one is, if you don't already, and my guess is in this instance he doesn't already, otherwise he wouldn't have asked this question. If you don't already, in your area, find a well-respected coach who also is a well-respected club fitter. So kind of does both, which most do. Okay, so ask around the people you play golf with, or ask on your little Facebook forums, like who are the instructors in the area that get results with their students, right? Can set goals and help them accomplish those goals. And frankly, one of the things I'll throw out there is Robbie and I have a great network of teachers that we know. And so if you ever have a question about who you should go see in your city, reach out to us. Yeah, we'll try to set you up with somebody.
We'll try to hook you up.
So I think step one, let's call step one $100. And that's going to be a game assessment lesson, an equipment assessment lesson at the same time with a well-respected coach. Now, those prices can vary. I'm going to say Nebraska is going to be $100. I'm just making this up. But let's go with let's say your first $100. You're going to find a well-respected coach, and you're going to invest that into an assessment. Now, a lot of people think that when you go for a lesson, it's because, like, something's broke and I need it fixed. Well, that's not what most lessons are about, really. This isn't it's broken, you need to help me fix it. This is a situation where it's like, typically I want to just play better. I need you to be my guide on that journey. And so I think that's step one. And I would probably, if it were me, just say, if you build trust and rapport with this person, have him help you, or have he or her help you as your coach with what you would do with the rest of the 400. It could be lessons. It could be a club fitting. It could be, they might say, hey, I realize that you're having some, hopefully they're talking to you about your body. Maybe you have an issue with the body that you need to go see a trainer or a PT or somebody about. So I would say that's how I would approach it, which is a little less concrete for John in Nebraska. But do you have any more concrete things that you would say, Rob?
Looking up on Amazon right now to see, how much Golf Beneath the Surface is.
That's going to be $16.99, so buy that first.
All right, so there we go.
Okay, you're making a shopping list on Amazon.
No, I'm legit. Like, I'm trying to, So we're saying $100 for the well-respected assessment of the game. We're going to look at your equipment. We're going to look at your club delivery stuff. Hopefully they have a good understanding of performance stats, right? So you can tell them generally what your average score is, and they can have you hit tee shots, approach shots, short game shots, putts, and start to make some. Again, you're not going to get the hopefully this person isn't saying, "Oh, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do based off of this hour session." But you start to create a relationship with this person and get them, and they can start pointing you in the right direction for sure. So you're going to get golf beneath the surface. So now we're down to $380. We're saying
$20 for the book, $100 for the first lesson.
And so this is where like feedback in your practice probably would be pretty important, right? And so this begs the question. I get this question all the time. It's like, Rob, I'm seeing some of these budget launch monitors, right? Do I need to go out and get a Mevo Plus? Do I need to go out and get a full swing kit? Well, actually, a full swing kit's going to be too expensive.
$9,000.
broke the budget.
Past the budget.
But what's your take on that?
It's a tough one. Especially if you have like garage setup practice, right? Mm-hmm. Like you'd love to have some feedback on that. So I would say you've got to be hesitant on the budget launch monitors because they typically aren't very consistent or aren't very accurate. Yep. And so you just have, and there's some that really put themselves out there as like, we're just as good as TrackMan for $500, and that's just absolutely insane. It's not even close. In fact, we actually we had a pro that was trying to do a garage setup simulator type of thing, and he tested so many launch monitors, and he's very particular about it, and nothing compares to TrackMan. Not even I got to be honest, not even Foresight. It's not even close when it comes to launch monitor data. It's like indoor, yes, I'm talking outdoor data, like not even close. Like TrackMan is by far and away the best, and it's way too expensive. It's not going to fit in this budget. So Garmin makes one that's kind of like pretty cool. It has a little simulator part. I think it's $500. Like that's probably the best one out there in the value market. People have. So if you need some type of feedback, that's probably better than having nothing. That's
kind of what I was thinking, because from a feedback standpoint, I'd say go get yourself some Dr. Scholl's Odor X foot spray. Mm-hmm. Spray the club face. And then purchase our Substack, which is how much now? $10?
$10 a month. Yeah.
All right. Go to some of the skill calibration stuff and learn how to use some of the practice techniques to change and manage your strike location and your face to path. And you just need something for speed. Like, okay, if I do this, does my club speed go up?
Yeah.
Right? You just need to be able to answer the question.
You can get one of those for like $200. It's pretty
That's kind of what I'm saying. Is like you just need something to be able to say, okay, like when you're doing some speed testing or some speed training, just some feedback on that, because that's tricky, right? You can be swinging and feel like it's going faster, but it's actually going slower, right?
Yeah.
So I would think something as far as that goes would be pretty important. And then you're gonna do hopefully like an aim point or aim point session, and have that same instructor take you through some short game live prediction.
Listen, we know that's $200.
Yeah,
aim point $200. That's blowing the budget, but it's well worth it. Really worth it.
We said 500, right?
Yeah, 200. That's what I'm saying.
So hold on, we went to 380.
We skipped the launch monitor. That's what we said. No launch monitor.
So we're going from 380 down $20 for Dr. Pryor, right? Mm-hmm. And then we said 200 for aim points. That gets you down to 180. Mm-hmm. And then Dr. Scholl's.
$15. It's gone up in price. Dr. Scholl's is about $15 now.
So we're 165.
Could you negotiate with a really good aim point instructor for $165?
Oh, that was after aim point.
Oh, it was after aim point. So we have
we
have $165 left. Okay. Yeah. How about this one? How about a really nice putting mat? Don't like a putting mat.
I wouldn't.
Okay, save your money. Rob Fail says save your money on the putting mat. Okay, so 165. This is good. We haven't told you to get.
That's where. Okay, all right. I got it. Do Ballnamic. Go to Ping app. Go to Ping. Do the Ballnamic. So it's going to tell you. It's going to tell you what ball you should, or what a couple golf balls that you could toggle between and test and see which one you like best. And and then that'll also give you access to the web fit wedge fitting stuff, and some of the other really, really cool perks with Ping.
Nice.
So golf ball.
We should link all this in the show notes.
Yeah.
All these things. What you haven't talked about is that $200 stick that I keep seeing people swing and say, this is all you ever need, and you'll hit the ball perfect every time. Did you ever see that thing? It's like Rocco Mediate. Does say these commercials no. If you just swing this thing, you'll hit it. You'll fix all your contact errors for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Oh, if only that were true. So we haven't put that on the list, as you all may have noticed. We got a good list here. So I like the Raymond Pryor book in there. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Should they subscribe to a stat tracking? Like, should they get Arcos?
Yeah, there you go.
That's probably the last thing that we're missing.
Yeah,
you could probably fill up the rest of the budget with an Arcos.
Yeah,
and a subscription.
It's probably the right answer.
Yeah, that's probably the answer there. So there's your list. We'll put it in the show notes. That's your $500 budget right there to at least get you off and running. So you got some feedback, you got some stat tracking. So that's like you're taking some input from your data. You've got that. You've got feedbacks tools for your practice, and it
starts with right.
Starts with gotta get a coach.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're gonna help educate you as best as possible where the rest of the $400 go. So
good. Thank you for tuning in to this Just One Question episode.
Yep.
Where to spend $500. Love it. Until next time, take care.
Cheers.